This is old, what we call the old Waller farm. Stephen Waller, Mary Waller, and the whole Waller family that was here years ago finally got sold off, and the town decided to buy the lion's share of this. It must be 20 acres maybe. And right now I've got, Don Romas has the ability to, we've rented about 10 acres. And we put in some trees and shrubs and a lot of the native stuff here. It's a little bit of a sandy soil here. It's not perfect farmland, but I'll certainly take it. It's pretty good for what I do. This area here is the perennial area where it's usually all containers. So it's all native. It's the rugosa rose, the bayberry, there's beach grasses in here, there's little blue stem grasses. It would have been developed, it would have been a bunch of houses out here. Instead, it's going to be preserved for agriculture forever, perpetuity. So I get to use this as a nursery and sort of Charlie Brown trees and bring them back to life, cut them back, put them in the ground 2-3 years, and we'll get to use them.
Actually, Michael's big love is growing, and if we just had a little greenhouse somewhere in the middle of the United States, he would definitely just be growing, because he doesn't get to really do that much here, because he's basically running the business.
Sometimes people think that Mike's just a big businessman because he is a businessman, but I think that it's very important to remember that he's definitely a businessman who cares about his community and cares about the people who work for him.
We've gotten to a point in our lives where we can accommodate a lot more and help a lot more and volunteer a lot more.
I work a lot in the government of the town, and my wife contributes a lot of time to the town. And I get the opportunity to maintain the parks. We get to maintain this park. This is a great project. The town took this over or bought it from, I think it's from Bobby Carroll years ago. There was going to be a tennis court here, and he was trying to develop it. And I think in his wisdom, he decided this would be a great thing to sell to the town at next to nothing. I think it was a pretty reasonable price. He saved this property, so it's controlled by the town, and the Conservation Commission takes care of it. So it'll be here forever. This great spot, this great view is town-owned. And the Harbor View, of course, gets the benefit, or one of the main benefits of having this in front of them. In talking to them a few times, they often ask, and they do something to, just sort of tick it up a notch, make it a little bit more people-friendly. So there's been a balance between conservation, keeping it in a natural state the way it is, and not trying to egg your town it, as some people would say. But yet it does require maintenance. It does require a walkway so people can walk through here without, walking through ticks and poison ivy. So the Harbor View asked us to come up with a plan and just make it more inviting to the public, which would be a great advantage for the Harbor View at the same time, and they decided to make a donation and pay for the whole thing. Why did I take the job? Well, I work for the neighbors, I work for the Harbor View, I belong to the town. Just seemed to be a good fit. And keeps the guys working. There was no view, it got to be so overgrown. So I sort of started talking to neighbors and talking to people in town, trying to find a way to get it done. Talked to the Conservation Commission. We all came up with a plan that everybody could agree on that would preserve the views and not change things dramatically. And everybody agreed. So far, everybody's been happy with it. Make it great for the town, great for the people. And it costs the town nothing, which is even better. In a sense, we get hired, we get a good job, the client gets what they want done, and the people of the community and the town get to enjoy it.